Hello everyone and welcome to the Monaco Last to First Challenge. My name is Brendan Lee and today I'm going to be challenging the 110% AI, starting from the very back and trying to win the Monaco Grand Prix. To spice up the challenge, I'm going to be using cockpit camera and turning off the HUD to make F1 22 as difficult, challenging and realistic as possible. With that being said, let's get straight to the grid and get the action underway. We are here on the grid in Monaco. Principality, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out, and away we go off the line. Getting a fairly reasonable start on the medium compound tyres, going for the alternative strategy here today. Looking down the inside, deep on the brakes, down into 4th gear, get the car rotated, momentarily free right, running up the hill, dropping in behind AlphaTauri in the heart. Up ahead of us, trying to go down the inside of the AlphaTauri, but that's not going to work. We think of it, become wiser, and now dip down the inside with the switchback, get the better traction, diving down the inside, also the second Haas, and now side by side with the Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas, cutting the third person camera. You can see us sneaking around the outside of the hairpin into P11 already here at Monaco, right up behind Sergio Perez. We're not using the HUD today. We're not using any assists. We're on 110% AI. We're using cockpit camera. This is as difficult as it can get on the F1 game. We're trying to maximize the challenge and maximize the fun, the enjoyment of the game as well. I very much enjoyed doing this race without the HUD. With more challenges implemented was a lot of fun for me. But with that being said, trying to go around the outside of Sergio Perez and again around the outside of the final corner and getting the move done. P20 to P10 in the first lap alone here at Monaco. Checking the mirrors down into turn 1. And now up ahead we have the 2 Ferraris. Lap 2, we're on the back of Carlos Sainz, going into the final sector, through the swimming pool chicane, into the right hand, into the left hand, trying to get a good run out of here. The AI seems to be a bit weak. We brake a bit early, tried to go around the outside, get a bit of clean downforce over the wing. As you can see, as soon as we pull back in behind the Ferrari, we lose grip, purchase traction from the tyres and pull back behind with a bit of a slide. Coming into the tunnel on lap 3, we've caught back up, we've maximised our traction, and now we're going to go for the dummy, go to the right, go to the left, and now down the inside for the chicane at the end of the straight. Move is done, place is made, and we are up into P9, now onto the back of the second Ferrari, and we're looking to try and do the same style of maneuver, get good traction out into the tunnel, deploy the battery in the slipstream, increased straight line speed. And you can see we look to the right and we go to the left at the last second again, diving it down the inside, and there was a bit further back, so we had to leave space on the second part of the apex, but getting the move done nice and cleanly up into P8 already on lap 4 on the alternative strategy on the medium compound tyres. So this race is looking very good for us. We have used a lot of our battery so far, but we're not too worried about that. Lap 6, position 8 still, right up behind the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. Looking around the outside, trying to sneak around the outside, making go a bit defensive into the final corner, doing the switchback, getting the better traction, getting a clean air over the wing of the car, trying to get the grip purchase traction around the outside. And you can see deep on the brakes, he leaves a space, and we go clean around the outside of turn 1, running up the hill, and now ahead of Esteban Ocon into P7, hunting down the leading drivers. Now, speaking of the leading drivers, we are right up behind Lewis Hamilton into turn 1. We tried to go around the outside. That doesn't work. We go for the switchback, get better grip up the hill, running up the hill side by side with Lewis Hamilton, and this is going to go into the Casino Square side by side. We actually touch wheels going around his outside there. We keep it committed, and now we're into the theoretical lead of the race as the other drivers have boxed now for their medium compound tyres, as we are boxing for our fresh, sticky, fast set of soft tyres. This is going to be a roller coaster for these final few laps of this race. When we come out, it's going to be critical to if we can even catch the leader, let alone overtake the leaders. We are coming out the pit lane and we are position 4, almost Lando Norris getting ahead of us as well there, dropping down almost to P5. But now we've only got 7 laps to go in this race. We've got to get these soft compound tyres up the temperature. The working range is about 90 degrees. You can see on the steering wheel They're about 76 degrees right now, but the soft tyres here are so grippy that I'm already catching up to the Alpine of Alonso. And then we have George Russell right up ahead in position 2. Into the tunnel, you can see getting the traction. Amazing traction already on this soft compound tyre. Deploying the battery quite far back, and we're going to go for a bit of a dive. We have to get the move done now. Deep on the brakes, you can see just about getting it stopped for the chicane, and that was critical. We did not want to lose any time behind that Alpine of Alonso into the tunnel section, right up behind George Russell. And you see the grip, the advantage for these tyres right now in the slipstream. We go to the outside. George Russell defends the inside. We're going to go deep on the brakes into the chicane, around the outside, leaving space on the outside there. And now the move is done, and we're into position 2. But we can't even see Max Verstappen up ahead of us, so we've got some work to do the very next lap. Lap 15, you can see 1.2 seconds up on the delta, absolutely flying, looking to set the fastest lap of the race. Into the final corner, maximize the traction, making sure not to overheat the tyres down the straight. Deploying battery, 1.2 seconds up on the delta, and it is a 10.9 on the split time for the lap. We are going to ask, what's the fastest lap? And it's a 10.9, which does mean we own the fastest lap right now, and we are closing in to Max Verstappen. Lap 18, we have started to get all over the back of him in the DRS zone, into the final corner, starting the penultimate lap of the race in the DRS. Deploying battery, see if we can get him to go defensive into turn 1. Doesn't work. We look down the inside, that isn't going to work. Turn 1 will be too dangerous to make the maneuver. Deploying the battery up the hill. We know our soft tyres are degrading corner by corner, traction zone by traction zone, and we are losing grip. We're losing grip, we're losing opportunity. What it means we have to get this done now. All over the back for Verstappen, goes defensive. We look to the outside and we squeeze into the gap around the outside. Now into the hairpin, we have the inside line, and that is maneuver done. We have to manage the tyres, not make a mistake in this final lap and a half of the Monaco Grand Prix, and we will have completed the last of first with no HUD, no assist, 110% AI, and getting it done in the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll into the final sector for the last time in this race, through the right-hander, through the left-hander, full commitment still, and the grip is fading away. But that doesn't matter, because we're into the final corner. Smooth on the traction one more time, and that is the win here in Monaco. Who do you think is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend? Post your predictions in the comments down below, and let's get a bit of a discussion going. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you for the next one. I've been Brendan Lee. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, ciao.